Ian Strung here with another Cancon Classic spot. This week, Starship Experience returns to the show with a whole bunch of wacky new material and an extremely good piano solo version of an obscure Cancon classic. What follows is my interview with Sean and Jesse, Starship Experience's only two constant members, in an interview I conducted with them at their practice space just after doing some guitar tracking for their upcoming new album. Take a listen. I'm here in the Starship Experience studio, which I've spent a lot of time including doing the first two ever Cancon Classics episodes when we did Who Taught You to Live Like That by Sloan and Not Ready to Go by the Trues. And then since then, there have been a whole lot of episodes with you guys. We did Afternoons at Coffee Spoons by Crash Test Dummies. And there was one where we aired a Summer of '69, and you had your own episode recently within the last year. So is this a new album since then, I guess?
Oh, yeah. Well, we've released two, or we've released one. We got one coming out in just a couple weeks.
Okay.
And then we got another one that we're recording.
Oh, so there's two things.
There's several things.
Okay.
And we're working on a new one. So we're going on 4, but we're not quite there yet.
That was the very best of Starship Experience. This is the album.
It's all Randy Newman covers.
All Randy Newman
and
covers.
The cover has sort of a Randy Newman hair or whatever. What is it?
Hair and glasses.
It was Randy Newman hair and glasses, but there's an 80s sort of spacey theme, which works with us. And,
So what do you think is the best song on that?
On the Randy Newman one?
Yeah.
Oh, definitely Burn On.
Yeah, the one we couldn't get the license for.
Why not?
For some reason, they wouldn't give it to us. It's on Bandcamp for free.
Oh, okay.
But it won't be on the Spotify version for just, I don't know why.
That one is the one that plays in the opening of Major League because it's about the Cuyahoga River burning, which happened a few times throughout the 70s and 80s. The river caught fire.
No, earlier than that.
It was earlier. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
It kept catching fire. I think over 30 times in total. There were 3 main ones that people really focused on in the news. But yeah, then that really liberal, left-leaning president at the time, Richard Nixon, created the EPA, and since then it has not caught on fire because of the EPA.
Oh, good. So they managed to fix the problem.
Well, they just pollute. They pollute less. They pollute just enough so that it doesn't catch on fire, I guess.
So, the reason that it's in Major League is because that's the Cleveland Indians and
the Cuyahoga River's in Cleveland,
right? And there's an REM song called Cuyahoga as well, where they say "burn the river down," and they compare the sort of cheap, fake Indian crafts you might buy to the fact that the land has been totally destroyed, basically. So there's another one. If you remember track 4 of Life's Rich Pageant.
Burn on.
Burn on. Yeah, okay, so we'll play that one.
Let's do it. There's a red moon rising on the Cuyahoga River, rolling into Cleveland to the lake. There's a red moon rising on the Cuyahoga River, rolling into Cleveland to the lake. There's an oil barge winding down the Cuyahoga River, rolling into Cleveland to the lake. There's an oil barge winding down the Cuyahoga River, rolling into Cleveland to the lake. Cleveland, city of light, city of magic. Cleveland, city of light, you're calling me. Cleveland, even now I can't remember. There's the Cuyahoga River, all smoking through my dreams. Burn on, big river, burn on. 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 Now the Lord can make it tumble. The Lord can can't make you turn. The Lord can make you overflow, but the Lord can't make you burn.
It's true.
Burn on, big river, burn on. Burn on, big river, burn on. Burn on, big river, burn on. Burn on, big river, burn on.
Was that the first thing to come out after the last time you were on when you did Log Drivers Waltz? Was that the first thing?
Yep, that was the first thing.
What
like
was
I said,
after that?
That's the one that's coming out at the end of the month.
Okay.
And that's Tragic Magic EP, all originals.
Okay.
And the single on that is already out now.
Okay.
The single's called Belly Full of Air.
Okay, so what can you tell us about Belly Full of Air?
So it is a little personal, so I can't give names. But I mean, the whole album's pretty depressing when you think about the lyrics. That one particular is about a particular individual being trapped in an abusive relationship, and it's complicated about them wanting to leave but not wanting to leave because they think they can change them.
Okay.
You know, all the things that we've
all the cliches.
Yeah, all the cliches. Unfortunately, we've heard in the past from people we've met. So this one was about someone specific in both our lives.
Okay.
The whole album though is basically about destructive relationships though.
The whole album.
The whole album.
But you said it was an EP.
Sorry, EP.
It's an EP. So how long is it? How many tracks?
6 tracks.
Yeah.
And this song is which track?
Track 2.
Track 2. Okay. So that's the first single. It's out right now. It's already on streaming.
Yep. Yeah. But it's available. Not on Spotify.
Oh no, not on Spotify. It's on Bandcamp.
It's available on our website.
Okay.
Well, I delay everything on Spotify because who cares?
Yeah, exactly.
Put everything out on Bandcamp right away, and then it'll come out on streaming eventually.
These crossroads, hoping now it's a long one. We're about time's gone by, shaking and crying. I'm frightened and scared. Will I be lost without you this time? I can hardly escape this. It's poignant. This day is. I'm not even sure that I can try. We're hot and hardwired. We could hardly conspire. We're so jaded. This town. All I got now is this. Belly full of air. I can scream your name again and again, but you ain't there. All I've got now is this. Anger in my chest. I can curse your name again and again, but you're just like the rest. You knew that I loved you, and you know where I stand. I'm so sick, let me sleep it off instead. This is tragic magic, this is evil stuff. Make me unsafe in my own bed. All I've got now is this. Belly full of air, I can scream your name again and again, but you ain't there. All I've got now is this. Anger in my chest, I can curse your name again and again, but you're just like the rest.
that's two things. First, which is now released, the very best of Starship Experience, which is entirely Randy Newman covers. Now this one, where the first single's out, the EP's coming out on October 31st. And then there's two more things.
Two more at least. We got a whole bunch of stuff on deck.
Yeah, they're
but
coming
the
up.
one we were working on just before we started taping.
Today, yeah. So I'm playing guitar on 2 tracks on this.
You recorded 2 tracks. They might not make the cut because there is a lot of people that are being featured on this record.
Sure.
This one is an LP, we'll say. It's 9 tracks.
Yeah.
And we're calling it Starship Experience and Friends.
Yeah. So instead of it just being Starship Experience, it's Starship Experience and Friends. The name of the, we'll call it an album just for simplicity's sake, is Move Along, Nothing to See Here.
That's the name of the album?
That's the name of the album.
By Starship Experience.
By Starship
and
Experience
Friends.
and Friends.
Okay, so name some of the friends who you know for sure will be on.
Well, we got this guy named Ian from Cold Dead Hands. You might have heard of him.
Yes, that's me.
He used to be in a band called John Holmes Book Club.
Yep.
And he used to be in Starship Experience as well.
He used to be in another band called Starship Experience.
But yeah, well, I mean, we'll have other former members. Our old guitar player Brad is going to play on it as well.
Okay.
Who's currently in Cold Weather Captains. We got Ben, a former bass player, who is currently it's a solo project, but Blackout Orchestra.
Okay, yes,
We
Blackout
also
Orchestra's had an episode before.
We also have members of the Black Void.
Who went through from the Black Void?
Who from Black Void?
Yeah, Laura.
We've asked both singers, Laura and Spax.
Backer Dave Vestaloin. Okay, Backer Dave's been on a few times.
Oh, there you go.
So
we also got Kyla. Oh, I got the whole list, John. Don't cut me off.
Kyla, okay.
We got Kyla from Bioctopi. We got Shane from Binge Ninja. There's at least 2 more.
What about
Pedro from
Black? But I was going to ask
Black Budget. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, it's pretty much as many people as we can squeeze on here, where it makes sense. Because of course, it's going to be difficult to find places for everybody. So whoever.
Yeah.
My thing is, if somebody is excited about recording a certain part, or they have an idea that they're like, oh, I've got this idea for a melody line or a solo or this or that. That's where I want them.
Yeah.
So it'll be more fun. It'll be more collaborative, but it saves us the trouble of adding more people to the band at the same time.
The Cancon Classic. What is that? You've already submitted that to me. Is that a studio recording?
Oh, yeah. What did we submit? It was so long ago.
Oh, the
Matthew Good.
The Matthew Good song.
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
So what's that song?
It's Running for Home.
Okay, what album's that off?
That's off of Beautiful Midnight.
Beautiful Midnight.
It's the last track.
Beautiful Midnight's the 3rd Matthew Good Band album, first and last of the Ghetto Astronauts, 1995. Which I don't think I've heard anything off of that. But then 1997, Underdogs has the 4 hits. Everything is Automatic, Rico, I guess, Apparitions, and Indestructible, I guess. And so that's the first I heard of Matthew Good back in 1997. Everything is Automatic. That's the first thing I heard. They're from Vancouver. And I think that Everything is Automatic is a bit kind of like another Vancouver band, 5440. I think that song sounds almost exactly like One Day in Your Life.
I'm not familiar enough with 5440 to know that song.
I can't remember the name of the guy, but the old Matthew Good band guitarist is actually in 5440 now.
Oh, well, that would make sense.
And then it went in 1999. Probably Beautiful Midnight was even bigger an album. Probably.
Yeah. Well, that was when Matt Good started having issues with the label because there was a bunch of songs on there that he wanted, and they're like, no, you need to have heavier, more compressible singles.
Yeah.
And then the record after that. The main single off of that one,
Audio of Being.
Yeah,
Carmelina.
Yeah,
That's
that was
track.
Basically written as an FU to the label because they're like, you need another Everything is Automatic. You need another one of those, and he's like, but I don't want that to be on this album.
Yeah,
like it needs to be on the album. So we wrote that just as some like schlock, and label ate it up, and they're just like, this is your lead single off of that one. I think that's when he left the label.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was not a huge fan of that album.
No, he wouldn't. No, I don't think anyone in the band was either.
He issued a greatest hits that lacked anything off of that.
Yep.
I remember hearing Carmelina at the Sky Dome. I thought that was just a great kind of like baseball song. And the lyrics to Carmelina, not that we should be talking about this song, it has nothing to do with it, but the lyrics to Carmelina, target practice is Mexico. What the hell is that?
Yeah, it was just nonsense. It was utter BS. I think he wrote it in like 3 minutes.
I've become spectacular, which is strange because I feel dumb. I thought that was funny. I remember when Beautiful Midnight came out, I guess Hello Time Bomb was the first single. I remember listening to that in my bedroom on the radio and thinking that just it was so insanely heavy coming out of a radio tuner. Like it was almost like a quantum leap forward in heaviness, the way, you know, it boils down to the tick-tocking of the time bomb, and then that kind of, it's just so loud. It's ridiculous.
The solo off that, I think, is an optical theremin. I don't think it's a guitar.
Is it really?
It's just nonsense.
Yeah, it's just an optical theremin and just him going with the knobs.
Oh,
and,
wow.
Well, and
yeah, that's right.
It's one of those solos where the chords underneath are a change, so it doesn't really, the solo doesn't need its own melody for it to feel like something different.
Oh yeah, it was just utter noise.
Yeah, so Hello Time Bomb was awesome, and then Load Me Up was just as good. That was so it was, those two in a row were amazing. And then there was, I guess, Strange Days, and was The Future is X-Rated?
Future's X-Rated, and I feel like there was one more. Jenny's Song, wasn't that
that
might have been a radio single and not because there's no video for it, but I think that might have been a radio single.
This guy is kind of an embattled dude. He's not doing well, if we're being honest. This part probably won't make the broadcast, but he's not. He seems like he's in hiding right now.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's got issues.
He's still doing
he's
shows,
got
though.
issues. Yeah, he is still doing shows, but his management kicked him out, and he lost everything basically. Sorry, what's the Matt Good song? What is it that you did?
It's Sun's Up, Running for Home, I think is what it's called on the album,
and it's on Beautiful Midnight.
Beautiful Midnight, last track on Beautiful Midnight.
Oh, okay. And what kind of a song is that?
It's a piano ballad.
Okay.
And we didn't. I when we do covers, we usually change a lot. This one, we pretty much stayed faithful to the album.
Okay.
I mean, my outro is a bit different than his because he has like a string synth and I don't. But yeah, we kept it pretty faithful to the album.
Yeah, that was recorded also live off the floor in Jesse's living room,
and it was the only take.
Beam things into your head, the ghosts of your pleasure and contempt. When we were liars, things were seamless. When we were wild, the world was like a secret. I close my eyes now and I scream. I turn the light on and there's nothing left redeeming. I saw your face before it changed. The gun that makes you look nicer in a bad way. So low for how high. It's too late tonight, and I'm sure you're right. So low for how high. And after this, there's just the circus. And every morning your Connie heart stops working. It gets tight in there sometimes, looking for those defects, talking like it's a reflex. I close my mouth now and I scream. I open the door and there's nothing left redeeming. I saw your face before in rough. You should wait around a while, cause your body's bound to turn up. So low for how high. It's too late tonight, and I'm sure you're right. So low for how high. So low for how high. It's too late tonight, and I'm sure You're right, so low for how